Hello, Francisco. How are you? Glad to have you with us. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Friday, everybody. Today, if you're new, welcome. Like I say, this is PICK-3 at a glance. What you see in here is all 1,000 numbers on one sheet of paper. That's why I only do PICK-3 for the simple fact I can track the actual 1,000 numbers at any time and see what they're doing. I put together four workout sheets that allows me to do that, where I track all 1,000 numbers every month, and I know what all the numbers are doing. I know what the actual number is doing. I know what the front pair are doing, the back pair, the single pair, and the single digits. That's why I don't use the tic-tac-toes, the date sums, the grids, the flips, the multiple different rundowns out there, and there's hundreds of them that everybody's using and trying to hit the numbers the next day, or finding a strategy try to hit the numbers the next day. That strategy to me is after the fact, and it's a theory, because you only, when you use those strategies, you're only looking at a third of all the 1,000 numbers, and you're only working with a third. So if you're only working with the third, there's no way you can use the law of average, which the PICK-3 at a glance is based off of, to win and get in the winner circle. Another thing, all these 1,000 numbers are random. There's no way you're going to know what number is going to come out at any time and how it's going to come out. The only thing that you do have to your advantage, and it's a small advantage, but it's an advantage, is tracking the actual 1,000 numbers and working with the law average. Okay? And that's how we do the PICK-3 at a glance. I've got 30 years that I've been playing the lottery, and I've tracked and read every book, and I did every tic-tac-toe and every rundown. But they just didn't fill the gap of, when I won, what did I really know about the number that I played in the first place? And after I won, where would I go and get my next set of numbers without running to everybody else, or running everywhere to try to find some numbers? And when I did the tic-tac-toes or the date sums and the grids, I was always at square one. But when I started tracking the actual 1,000 numbers, every day I knew more than what I knew the day before from tracking the 1,000 numbers. So this is what the PICK-3 at a glance is based on. Working with all 1,000 numbers and using the law of average to our advantage to win. Okay? And I only use one rundown. That's the 1111 rundown with 22 numbers. With those 22 numbers and the 1111 rundown, you get all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations. And that's all you're going to have to look at to track all 1,000 numbers. And then, like I say, I have other 3 strategy workout sheets that's very simple to use. And once you start using them and tracking the numbers for yourself, then you put yourself in the winner circle. You're not going outside looking anywhere else, because everything's going to be laid out right in front of you. And for you to get in the winner circle is going to be 99.9% of you making it happen. Okay? That's how it worked with me. I mean, I did everything like everybody else. I made all the traveling things I did to try to win, figure out how to win. But I realized tracking the actual 1,000 numbers was the key. Illinois' evening draw. Now, stay specific for Illinois' evening draw, but my strategy works anywhere. If you go to the moon, you're using PICK-3, my strategy will work. I don't care where you go, where you live. If you're using tracking PICK-3 numbers, this strategy works for anybody and anywhere. Okay? I had a question about how long do you hold the numbers to win and to hit big? Like I said, all these numbers run random in all the states. That's why there's no one system going to tell you what's hitting in a state or anything if they're not tracking their own numbers to see what their state numbers are really doing. All of them travel different. Midday travel different from evening. Evening travel different from midday. Evening numbers don't bring midday numbers. Midday numbers don't bring evening numbers, or none of that. You have to track your own thousand numbers. Rainy days don't bring triple twos or whatever y'all might call numbers that bring numbers, and certain numbers don't follow numbers. The 1,000 numbers are random. There's no rhyme or reason to how the numbers are coming, but working with the law of average, you can gauge yourself on how the numbers are falling and line them up and win. Working with the law of average. The one thing with the law of average is that the law of average has to work. All the numbers have to rotate and change positions. So you got Texas with 4 draws. You have to track all those 4 draws separately because all those numbers are going to be different. Most states got 2 draws for midday and evening. You have to track midday different from evening. All the numbers, 1,000 numbers, going to rotate different. And they just fall as they fall. And you have to know how they're falling. Okay? Now, thank you. Thank you for joining. Appreciate it. All right. Now, we had 154 to come out last night. If you've been following me for the last couple of draws, I won. Okay. So I have receipts on my channel from where I win. I play in Illinois. Okay. I play online. I can play in my bed in my pajamas. Sorry, folks. Not laughing at y'all, but I was there in Missouri. We couldn't do that. I happened to come over to Illinois so they could play online, but I have to be in Illinois to win because my daughter lives over here and I'm going through eye surgery, and she told me to come stay with her until my eyes get better. But yeah, it's kind of convenient, and that's why I say it's Illinois, and it works. It really works good because you can play your numbers and be at home, not rush to a store at the last minute if you think it's a number to play. It's really it's decent. It's decent to be able to play online in your own home state. I don't know how many states does that. That's why I'm doing Illinois. I'm state specific, but it applies to any state. But it really comes convenient because that 558 that I hit the other day, it came to me when I went back and used the PICK-3 at a glance strategy to see what doubles hadn't failed and how they were falling. I seen that 5-5 pair was clowning, so I ran that 558 and it came in, and that's the stuff you have to be able to do. You have to be able to build a strategy and a skill set where you can use this strategy midday, evening, or whenever at a whim, really, and figure out what best numbers to play for you. You're not guessing the numbers. You know why you're playing your numbers. You know all times why you're playing your numbers. Play a lot of repeat numbers. No, I really don't play a lot of repeat numbers. I play the numbers that haven't failed pretty much. You can play a lot of repeat numbers, or you're saying they playing a lot of repeat numbers. I don't fall into that trap because if you do, say a number is repeating, and you say, okay, that's a good number to jump on, and you jump on that number might not show up again for 16 years. Yeah, I'm telling y'all, or 4 years or 5 years. You know it if you've been tracking. If you know anything about these numbers, I got a number that I just hit in Missouri. It was 16 years before it came out, but I knew it. So every time I went to Missouri, I played it and won it. But I didn't, I played it for a couple of days like that. But I'm telling you, I play what hasn't played. That's how I play, and I look for numbers that hadn't played for 2 to 3 months, whereas I'm tracking. But I don't take that long. I say study more than you play, and once you start studying using the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, it all makes sense to you. Okay, so yeah, you don't want to be playing these numbers because you see numbers are hot. Now it could happen, but that's not how I play because I know these numbers might not show up for 3 or 4 years or 5 years. Okay. Reason being, you got these 1,000 numbers here. You got 365 days in the year. All you're going to get is a third of these 1,000 numbers every year because they're going to all rotate. So you can't just go off of that. You have to kind of, like I say, you have to know what number, how long the number been played, how long the front of that number played, how long the back of the number played, how long the middle of the number played. You have to know all that information to know the best way to play and why you're playing. Just like, let me see here. Trying to do this a little different here. I'm going to start with this strategy, but we're going to go to all of them. But strategy number 2. See, this is my triangle here that I put together. If you know anything about pairs, pair numbers. All right? Right here. I'm going to use this 1, 2, 3 for you. Say you got the number 1, 2, 3. Right here. Well, it might throw you off. But I'm going to do it 1, 2, 3 because it's a common number and it's easy to use. It's 3 pairs in this number right here. Because it's got 3 separate numbers, so you're going to have 3 separate pairs. And you need to know what's going on with all your pairs in your state in order to win. Like here. 12 is a pair. 13, because the 1 and the 3 is a pair. And the 2 and the 3 is a pair. See what I mean? You need to know that. Doubles. Let's say 1, 1, 2. It's got 2 separate numbers, so it's going to only have 2 pairs. So it's going to be the 1 and the 1 is going to be 11 pair, and the 1 and the 2 to 12 pair. See that? Triples, like triple zeros, is all the numbers the same. There's no difference in them. So it's only going to be 1 pair. And that's going to be, that 1 pair is going to be 0. Or if it was triple ones, it'd be double ones or double 2s or double 3s. Like that. See? So this here, this sheet, this is 1, 1, 5, 4 came in Illinois evening draw last night. So that's 3 separate pairs. 3 separate numbers are going to have 3 separate pairs. So for the month, I know I'm going to mark off the 14, first time it came in. The 15, the first time it came in. And the 45. Okay? Reason being, I know this the first time they came in. The month prior, anything that didn't come in, you see underlined here? I know that those didn't come in, and those are the numbers I'm looking at playing or building a bucket list of numbers of the play. Like here, this 17 and 16, I have them to look at playing, how to play them. The 79, and the 70, and I mean the 79, not all 79 is underlined, already came in. The 69. This is how you can track your actual numbers when you start using this sheet and building a skill set. Do you realize with these 1,000 numbers here, with these 1,000 numbers, why you have to track and study, with these 1,000 numbers, that there is 2,710 pairs in there. But I condensed it where you can study it easily. Now ask me how I figured this out, y'all. I don't know. I got tired of losing. That's all I'm gonna tell you. I got tired of losing. And all those 2,710 pairs are right here, simplified. Because you're gonna find every one of those 1,000 number pairs in this chart and mark them off. And some of them won't show up. That's how you're going to know what pairs to play when they don't show up. We just hit the AA5. I just hit the AA5. You'll see my video. And by tracking, I knew that this A8 hadn't failed pair, hadn't failed, that's why I was underlined, since July. Okay? Also tracking the actual numbers, I knew that the A8 front pair hadn't failed all year in Illinois' evening draw. Okay, see what I'm saying? So I said, okay, I know this A8 pair, this A8 front ain't failed, so I'm pretty sure this A8 pair going come. So I had this triple fives, but I knew also the A8, the A5 pair hadn't failed on the back end since January. This is the study end I'm talking about you're going to have to, but it's going to be simplified for you once you learn the PICK-3 at a glance strategy and follow me and put comments. What haven't followed for 30? Hold on, man. Let me do something here. I'm not seeing. Ooh. Oh. It says, Robert. Morning. Morning, everyone. Robert. Yeah, I would wheel the pairs. I would wheel the pairs, Robert. It depends. You know, stick with your budget. OPPB, be organized, be patient, be persistent, stick with a budget. Like this A8, I knew why I was playing it, Robert. So what I did, I wheeled the A8. Let me show you. I wheeled that A8 down. This is what you call A8, A81, A82, A83, A84, A85, A86, A88, 889. Okay, yeah, I wheeled it. But you know, you wouldn't do all the numbers. You're just gonna do the ones that you're playing. That why you know why you play. Cause see, when I see something like this, I'll do it 50-cent box down. But then when I see here, like I know the A8 ain't failed, the A8 hadn't failed at all on the front. Let me make sure you can see this. A8 didn't fall on the front for the whole year. That was one of the numbers I was telling everybody who don't know how to play. And the A8 only fell on the back once in January, and it came in. See, this stuff I know is as two, and you'll know it too as you start tracking up. The two A8 only fell once in January. And then I knew that this A8 pair hadn't failed since July. But I'm telling everybody in Illinois right now to play triple eights. I'm looking for those triple eights. And see, here's my bang up here number. And, you know, I won quite a few this month. So these eights here, to me, now, there's no guarantees. But working with the law average, more likely these eights will come in. But I know that I play my numbers 30 days or more. But as I win, I reinvest in the numbers I'm playing. I don't jump on and off my numbers. I stick with my numbers that I'm playing. Okay, great. That's great, Rob. You probably gonna get a lot out of it, but you really only need about 1 year's of data. I went back 2 years because it's not going to change too much with it from year to year. You go back 1 year's data and you'll kind of see stuff. Going back that far is great if you ain't got nothing to do, but 1 year is enough. But it'll help you probably with your strategy and building a skill set to go back that far. But 1 year, once you get it under your wings, is going to be enough. Not play this AA straight box. I mean 50 box. But when it comes in, like it did for the AA5, I'm loading up on the eights. That's my main key there. Okay, I load up on the 8s. Um, so this here is amazing. These pairs, because you'll be able to see how long a pair it takes for a pair to come out. A pair can take uh, uh, 90 to 120 days to come out. Missouri, the 38 pair took 128 days to come out. But when I noticed it, I start picking up on numbers that I know 60 days out. Ain't played in 60 days, and I got my eyes on them. After 90 days, I'm licking my chops. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not guessing what's going on with these numbers. I know what's going on with them. I know what these pairs are doing. And wheel in the pair, the one I choose that I'm going to play. Study more than you play. Let's see what you will. Okay. Study more than you play. But it'll come to you. Okay, you'll start seeing. Like here, I'm looking at this 2-2. 2-2 ain't failed on the backside all year in Illinois' evening draw. Also, I know that 9-2 ain't failed. I went back since January. So I got 9-2-2 I'm looking at to add to my bucket list of numbers to play. And I know that 2-7 ain't failed on the back since January. So I'm playing 9-2-7, 9-2-2. That's how you you'll start building your bucket list of numbers. You'll start seeing what they're doing once you start tracking. And you don't have to go nowhere to look for no numbers because you'll be tracking your own state numbers. And you can come here and join the family, and we can discuss the strategy you would use and help you enhance your strategy. See what I'm saying? See, I had this zero. I was telling everybody about the 600 would probably come. You can track them all, but you can't play them all. But when you do hit, you ain't starting off from scratch not knowing nothing. You can say, okay, all right, okay, I know this double zero and this 06 didn't fall last month. That's a good number for 600 to come. And it came. You ain't guessing. You ain't going. It's starting off from scratch every time you play your numbers. Just like the 8-8, I knew it had to come. This 2-2, I'm on it. I would be playing triple twos too, like that. Like that. It depends on what your purse is like, what your money's like. Okay. But you'll see. When you see that 38 ain't hit in 4 months, to start picking up to do something with that 38, that pair, or like that. But I'm a go back to this. I hope I ain't skipping all over everything. Anybody else got any questions or something that I might have missed right quick? Is it good morning with the current theme? Let's see. What's the current theme? Just joined. Current theme. Track the current theme. Pilot is track your own numbers for your own state. That's the current theme. San Francisco, welcome, CC. That's the current thing. That these numbers are random. I don't care what nobody else say. They random. They want to argue the point. I mean, they gonna argue with them. But I got receipts where I win. That's all I can tell y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. The proof is in the pudding. That's all I'm gonna tell y'all. On my channel, on PICK-3 at a glance with this strategy, and I call it before they come. I call them the numbers before they come. Okay, let's see. Because I'm tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. That's how I do it. Nothing magic about what I'm doing. No more than putting the work in. You got to put the wood in to get the fire out. Okay, so I'm gonna show you all this. What the strategy, this setup. This here is an enlargement of strategy number 2. Okay, you got to be organized. You want to be organized, and with these sheets and what I have, you can easily organize yourself. I got a little calendar. Let's see. Hold on a minute. Give me 1 minute, y'all. 1 minute. 1 minute. I got to find something right quick. One minute, I'll be with y'all. Let's see. One minute. All righty. All right. The 154 came in Illinois evening draw. See, I got a little calendar I set up, and that's the 154 came in on the 12th. Right there. Okay, see, we still looking for this 8. Look how many 8s that came out this month. There's 8 here, 8 here, a 8 here, a 8 here, a 8 here, 8, 2, 2, 8. See that? Sometimes they'll do that to throw you off. Throw the mates and think, oh, well, you're going to say, oh, all these 8s done played, my triple 8s ain't coming. Stay on your 8s. Stay on them triple 8s. Because you got a reason. Hey, Sona, glad to have you with. Because you got a reason to play the 8s. Because you know that the double 8s hadn't played in since July. And only an 8 on the front played once, an 8 on the back that only played once for the whole year. Double 8s. Okay? Now, here you go right here. This is strategy number 1. These are the singles with the 12 columns. I take 22 numbers. I do the 1-1-1 rundown on those 22 numbers, and I get all 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations. And here's, let me make sure y'all can see because I got to line up stuff. And my YouTube don't move when I move. It moves slow. It moves after I move. So I can't see right away what you all are looking at. It's got a lag. So I got to line up everything. Make sure you all are looking at what I'm looking at. Let's see. That's it. Okay, yeah. Now you're looking at it. See these 22 numbers on top here? Is 017, 013, 014, 015, 016, 0, what did I say? Did I say 017? Let me start over. 012, 013, 014, 015, 016, 017, 018, 024, 025, 026, 027, 037. These are the singles. I do 1-1-1 rundown on each one of these numbers to create these 12 columns. And with these 12 columns here with the 1-1 rundown on it, I have all 1,000. I have 720 of the 1,000 numbers and their possible combinations looking at these columns. All right. Hey, Miss Pepsi, how you doing? Glad to have you. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. And then the doubles are the same way. That's a part of the strategy number 1, doing the doubles. Right here. And the doubles, let me line it up. Make sure you all can see what I'm looking at. Doubles are right here. 001, 002, 003, 004, 005, triple zeros, 011, 022, 033, and 044. Okay? All I did was did the 1-1 rundown to create these columns here. All right? And it's 9 of them. Plus the triples is 10. And you got the 200, you got the 720 on the singles in their combination. You got 270 of the doubles in their combination. And on the triples, you got 10. So that gives you all 1,000 numbers on these 22 columns that you just have to check. And how you use the 22 columns. So we had the 154 to come in Illinois. Okay. So what I'm going to do is do a rundown of the 1-1 rundown on the 154. That's strategy number one. The 1-1 run. This is the only rundown you're going to have to use with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy. Is the 154. You add 1 to each one of these numbers here, okay? So you add 1 to the 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. 1 to 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. 1 to 9, you're going to get 10, but you don't use the 1. You just use the 0 in lottery math. And then 1 to 0, you're going to get 1. Then same here. You're going to add 1 to the 5, you're going to get 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. 1 to 9, you get 10, but you're just going to use the 0. 1 to 0, you get 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. 1 to 3, you get 4. And 1 to 4, you're going to get 5. Same number at the bottom, at the top, you had it correctly. That's why I use it. You just got to use the ones and just count straight down. Real simple and easy to use. At 1 to the 4, you get 5. 1 to 5, you're going to get to 6. 1 to 6, you get 7. 1 to 7, you get 8. 1 to 8, you get 9. 1 to 9, you get 0. 1 to 0, you're going to get 1. 1 to 1, you get 2. 1 to 2, you get 3. And 1 to 3, you get 4. All right? Now, if you notice up here, all these, let me make sure you can see. Make sure you can see here. Moving a little better. You see the whole sheet. All these, I'll call these the base numbers, they have a 0 in them. And once you start using it, you'll automatically, there's only 12 of them, you'll know what the base number is. All of them have a 0. So what it is, when you do the 111 rundown, one of those base numbers is going to always be in this rundown, unless it's the base number itself. It's not going to be in here because it's going to be the number itself. But when you do the 111 rundown on this, one of them base numbers I just showed you will be in it on the singles. And here it is. You just want to check the ones with the zeros. Here's 609, you know it. 609, I know that's not it. This it's the 710. I know it is 017, but I know that's the base number right there. And you do have this 043, but you know that's not one of your base numbers. So it's going to be 017. So you're going to go to the column 017 and find this 154. So you're going to go to 017 up here. There's 17. You go down. Let me make sure you can see. You go down and see here it is. It's 451. Same number. Bam, done. Same number. But any of these singles can come 6 different ways. So, but these numbers are in numerical order. So that's 451 is the same as the 154. And you just circle it off. Bam, you're done. All right? Bam, you're done. And when I mean that number can come 6 different ways, there's 154. Let me move it all the way over. Could come 154. It can come 145. It can come 415. It can come 451. And it can come 514. And it can come 541. All right? So all these base numbers here, every one of these numbers can come 6 different ways. And it's 10 of them. So you're really looking at 60 numbers to a column. That's how you can track them numbers and see what they're doing. You're not just looking at single numbers, you're looking at 60 numbers here. So as you're tracking the columns and realize, say at the end of the month, I realized that one of these columns didn't fall for the whole month. That's 60 numbers. Then that next month, I got my own that column to play. When I win, that's where I'm going to go pick up my numbers to look at playing. Because once you start marking off the column, seeing how the numbers are dropping for your singles and your doubles, that's going to give you an idea of what's going on with these columns. And see, I look for columns when I got a column here that ain't hit for 2 months. That's when I start lining it up to look at playing. If I haven't, depending on my bucket list, and 90 days is definitely in the draw, in the play, looking at it in the play. So you're not guessing your numbers. You know what your numbers are. Okay, thanks, Pepsi. Glad to have you with us. All right. This is always going to keep you narrowing your numbers and knowing what numbers to play, working with the law of average. No guessing your numbers. You'll know why you're playing your numbers. Here is like, again, I just did the triangle, which is strategy number 2, or just a smaller one. So once you do that, find out what the number is on what column, you go to strategy number 2. That's 2,710 pairs I got right in here that you be able to track off of those 1,000 numbers and know what played and what haven't played. Now, what you're going to have here, again, like I said, you had the 14. You're going to mark off that you know going to know to play for the month. The 15 and the 45. All right. And I already explained to y'all how I was doing the 8s. Well, I'm playing triple 8s in Illinois' evening draw. Okay. Now, this is strategy number 3. Strategy number 3 here. When numbers are cold, single numbers are cold, it's fine that the single numbers are cold, but I want to know what position those single numbers would be in if they were cold. So what I did, I took 3 columns from 0 to 9, so I know what position those numbers fell in. It's imperative that you know that, so you know how to play. Like here, the 1, 5, 4, I mark off, see that the 1 didn't hit already. The 5 in the middle. First time the 5s didn't hit all month. 5 in the middle. And the 4 on the end. You know what's going on with these numbers. You ain't guessing. All right? So, the reason why I use that, like I was telling you, the 38 hadn't failed for 4 months. You want to know what numbers ain't failed and how they haven't failed. Okay? Let's say, for instance, that the 154 was one of my daily carry numbers that I played and it ain't came in yet, that I was playing it. 154. And I realized at the end of the month on here that the 4 hadn't failed on the front. I didn't mark it off at all. And that 154 is my daily carry number. Then I would definitely, that next month, play it as 415 and 451. That's the chance of me hitting it straight. Because you're doing all this to try to hit the number straight, exact. You want to hit them exact because that's your jackpot. All right? That's your jackpot money. So you always want to know what position that number didn't fall in case you playing a number with it in it, like the 4, like this 154. Because here, how I won big with this one, tracking, simple, using this here, I realized that 2 in Missouri not 2-7, didn't fall with no number for 2 months. I mean, that's why I say the numbers are random. You don't know how they gonna fall, and if you ain't tracking, you just playing in the dark. So, and 7s didn't play, so I got on top of those 7s. Didn't play for 2 months. I thought I was looking at something wrong. I missed something. Went back, tracked the numbers. It was easy to do with my workout sheet, and no 7 had failed. So that following month, I wheeled the 7s on the front and the back, and I wheeled the 7s, and I loaded up on 777s. Same way I'm telling everybody to do those 8s right now in Illinois. Okay, same principle work for you too. But like I say, your number's gonna rotate different every month. So that's why you have to track them for yourself. Oh, yeah. Well, algorithms, that's a good word. Algorithms only meaning directions. That's a fancy word. I had to look it up because I'm like, algorithm, what is an algorithm? All it is giving directions for a desired result. Just like if I asked you in your town how to get to the downtown area and you told me to go this way, that way, or whatever, when I followed your directions, I want to end up in your downtown area, not in Timbuktu. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. Algorithm is like instructions with the lottery that you got the tic-tac-toe, the date sums, the root sums, the grids, and all those different algorithms. But they don't show you everything you need to know about all those 1,000 numbers. So you're working with theory instead of facts. If you're working with the facts, you got to track all 1,000 numbers to win and get in the winner's circle. That's where I was making my mistake. I was doing like everybody else, just tracking a third of the 1,000 numbers every year, not knowing what's going on, not knowing that. Thank you, lady. Thank you. Yeah. I ain't gonna say it's easy money, but it do good. I won't say easy. Play OPPB. Be organized. Be patient. Be persistent. Stick with a budget. Study this more than you play for right now. It's gonna come to you. Right now, Illinois has to play so many of their numbers out. I got to figure really how I'm going to play in 2025 because I probably won't load up heavily into 3 months out. After I didn't track 3 months into 2025, I'm telling you all, to see what numbers are best to play because Illinois had cleaned up the list pretty much. They didn't hit pretty much my doubles the way I wanted them to play. They didn't pretty much hit the front pair and the back pair like the front pair on them ace I just hit. So now I got to let the numbers settle out in 2025 to see how they're trending. So I'm not in no hurry to burn up a lot of money. I'm just gonna stack my money until the law average tell me what best numbers to play and how to play them. Because I know it's going to take now at least 3 months out for them numbers. Because all they got is like on the front is only three numbers left, pairs left to play. On the back is only three pairs to play. Uh, I mean, they've been sweet. And then so they almost cleaned up. So now I got to go in. You know, I have my numbers I'm going to go in with from 2024, but they're going to be pretty light. They're not going to be heavy. I'll just stack my bank until I'm telling you, it's going to take about. You see, it takes about 3 months for your numbers like that. But just what? Now I mean track, because something might stick out like a sore thumb toward that third month that you want to jump on, but you're going to have to track. PICK-3 yesterday was 096. I think today is going to be 502. Oh, what state you talking about? Not talking about Illinois. You talking about what? So Torino? What? I don't know what's uh, what state, and then uh, Torino, Canada. Okay. If you're tracking, I would know what it would be. If you're tracking and you got a reason for why you playing the 502, do you know why you playing the 502? Do you know the last time the 502 came out? Or do you know when the last time that 50 front pair came out or the O2 back pair came out? Hey, how's it going, brother? Lance, how you doing? But you have to. That's what I'm saying. Uh, 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 do you know why you would play it? What's telling you that 502 is coming out? Okay, I don't want, but we're gonna chat more. I'm still on for you guys, those that want to ask questions in chat. But here, this like a seven, the sevens I said didn't come out. Now, and like I was saying also, Illinois has been played a lot of good stuff from tracking. So now I know I got to play into at least 60 days of next year and track for 60 days to see how the numbers going to roll out for me to start hitting again. So I ain't in no hurry. I'm ahead for 2024. So I'll just wait. I ain't going to burn my money up guessing. I'm burning my money up knowing. That's all I can tell y'all. I ain't burn my money up guessing on these numbers. Okay? Now, and you can do that if you're tracking the actual 1,000 numbers. You can do that because when you see that, like I said, I know that now. I'm definitely gonna be playing double twos on the back because they ain't failed all year. That's definitely happening. And then I'll play I know the 922 and 927. I know how I'm playing that because the 92 ain't failed on the front all but once all year in January. So I know that kind of stuff. You'll be knowledgeable of why you play any number that you play and why you would play it. And like I said, with the sevens, hit the sevens. But then here, the front pair and the back pair. And that's 4 strategies. And that works to get me in the winner circle. The 154 here. These numbers are the same top and bottom. Let me make sure I move everything over so you guys can see it. It's all the same, top and bottom. Both same, top and bottom. Okay? So the one, I can see that the 1-4 didn't play. I mean 1-5, I'm sorry. 1-5. I'll just mark it off. I know it played. And the 5-4 on the back. And played. See, I already know what numbers ain't played. I'm just here's, like I said, now I know that, like I said, it's only 3. Move this over. I ain't got the 17 circled off. I don't have the 37 circled off. and I don't have the 50 circled off on front, like this here. See, I just circled off that A8 front. See what I mean? Because it came in. I knew how to play it. I just circled it out. I wasn't guessing it. And then, like I said, here's the 2-2 on the back that ain't played, the 39 that hasn't played, and the 50 ain't played. So if I was want to play, I'd play this. I would back play some money if I wanted to, but it don't really play that much. I'm trying to hit the jackpot on it. I would play that 50 cent on the front pair, on the 50, the 50, and 50 on the back pair of the 50, because those are two numbers that's alike that I would probably play like that. I just had some money to play like that. Hey Scott, glad to have you with us, buddy. Okay, now, and that's it basically. Here you would go. Like I said, this is what it takes me each day to know what's going on with all 1,000 numbers. I go here to this column, bam, I find that column, mark it off. I go here, I do the pairs, then I go here, do the individual numbers, and then I go here, mark the front and back pair off. I'm done. I know everything it is about them 1,000 numbers that I'm playing. Then I go and do my honeydew list. That's what I do. That's it. That's it. That's it for the day. You ain't doing no different rundown, no tic-tac-toes, no multiple degrees, all that to try to figure out what's going on with them numbers. Now, there is something unique about this system that people tell me is genius, but I don't feel I'm a genius or anything. I just feel I got tired of losing. So I guess it might have been a minute of genius that came to me to put this together. But all you're going to need to know is mirrors and using the 1-1-1 rundown. So we're going to go over mirroring systems. I know somebody just asked me about the mirroring, how the mirroring system works. So I'm going to do that for them. So say you got 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So to get the bottom of these numbers, you're going to add +5. And that +5, you're going to add 5 to 0, you get 5. 5 to 1, you get 6. 5 to 2, you get 7. 5 to 3, you get 8. And 5 to 4, you get 9. And they call them mirror, but I call them opposite because they direct opposite numbers of each other, top and bottom. Okay, 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1, 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. Simple as that. So, say you take the 1,000 numbers, divide them in half. You got the top half as the 1,000 numbers, and you got the bottom half of the 1,000 numbers. And let's say the top half is triple zeros to 499, and the bottom is 500 to 999. That's your 1,000 numbers right there. So now, let's say the lottery plays, or you play 0, 1, 2, and the lottery plays 5, 6, 7. They just played the direct opposite number of the number that you was playing. And that happens. And you need to know that when that does happen. Working with the law average. Good morning, Deborah. Good morning, Deborah. Glad to have you with us. That's the direct opposite. I don't use mirrors because people get those mirrors and flips confused. They'll say mirror when they mean flip and say flip when they mean mirror. So I say I was going to eliminate all that and just say opposite number for me, because I'm sure you can understand here that right here, that this 012 would look like would be the opposite of 567. When I say that a 0 is opposite 5, 5 opposite 0, or 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1, and 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2, or vice versa. Say you played 7, 8, 9, and the lottery played 2, 3, 4. All they did is play the direct opposite number, top number of the bottom one you was playing, or vice versa. Because 7, 8, 9, 2, 7, 7 to 2, 3 is 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4. And I leave that. I leave it opposite. I won't say mirrors because people, the mirrors are all, I was making that same mistake. I was interchanging mirrors and flips when there is a different scale for flipping numbers, which is very confusing. Now, let's say you was playing, let's go 1, 1, 2, and the lottery played 6, 6, 7. Same thing, opposite numbers. You played the 6, 6, 7, and they played the 1, 1, 2, because opposite a 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1, 2 opposite 7, 7 opposite 2. That's it. And if you played triple, let's go with, I always use triple zeros. Let's go triple ones. If you play triple ones, oops, that's in the wrong place. If you play triple ones and the lottery played triple sixes, they just played your opposite number. Ones and sixes are opposite each other. Fairly simple. Now the thing with here that you're looking for with the PICK-3 at a glance strategy, which they said was genius of me to put it together this way, and combine all 1,000 numbers on 22 columns, is every one of these columns have the numbers and the opposite in them. Every column. And the way I came up with this, they used to do the 111 rundown, and they would subtract the 1 from the winning number that came in. And to me, that was backwards and confusing. I'm like, man, why are they doing it like that? So I just did the opposite. I said, I'm going to add. And when I added, I got the same numbers they got, but they was just starting from this number was up here coming down. So I say, that's too much work. So I'll just add. So when I did that, I said, maybe I can put my own lines and columns together to combine all 1,000 numbers. So I came up with these numbers up here I call base numbers. I called them the base numbers. And I just kept changing and interchanging numbers until I came up with the base numbers. And I did a 1-1 rundown on each one of these base numbers. And then once I did that, I went to my calendar for January and started doing the 1-1 rundown and see if I could find each one of those numbers in one of these columns. And I could. Then I knew I was on to something. Hey, Aaron. Then I was on to something because I say that's too much work. Why I'm straining my brain to subtract when I got to do just add. And then everything was in numerical order from the top to the bottom. And when I seen that, I said, man, I want to share this with everybody. I want to share this. This got to be something. Because I hadn't seen it nowhere. Nobody doing it. No, I read every book, looked at every book, did everything. But everybody was minusing the 1. Didn't make sense. So when I did that, I said, I'm going to share this with everybody. I was trying to do a book. This was way for computers. And I said, I was trying to do a book, but I didn't know how to do a book. So I say, I'm going to run them down. And then once I learned I could find, but I didn't realize too that, because I didn't really, this was as it go progress. I didn't know anything about mirrored numbers even when I put this together. Then when I added, I said, wait a minute, the mirror right here is in the column. The mirror is in the column. Man. So I realized after I did the mirrors in the columns, at the end of the year, what I started looking for is numbers and their opposite hadn't failed. Or toward the end of the year, looking for numbers and their opposite that hadn't failed, and they was coming in. I say, well, working with the law average makes sense that one or the other would come in if it ain't played all year, because November, December, and January are my hot months, or my biggest winning months. November, December, and January. And I say, wow. So when I realized that, as the year go through, I look for numbers and the opposite that hadn't played. Especially when I find a column here I know ain't hit in 90 days as I'm tracking, because I do one of these sheets every month. So I always know what columns didn't hit every month. And when I get to a column ain't hit in 90 days, I look to see what number and its opposite hadn't hit. Let me show you what I did for Illinois. And we've been winning. If you've been following me, you know that we're winning in Illinois. But you can do the same for your state. I can definitely help you do the same for your state, because it's relatively simple. No confusion about the numbers you're playing. And like I say, study more and you play. These numbers ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. They're not going anywhere. Just take your time. You'll see. And that number going to line up for you so big in your face that you're going to put that money down on it, and you're going to be good. Here you go. And you ain't got to put a whole lot of money down on it. But here you go. These are the numbers and they opposite off those columns for the end of the year, and they come in. November and December, like I said, November, December is my hot months. And this, look how they're hitting. This 015 exact, this 560 exact. They opposite each other. Remember, 0, let me make sure I got this lined up, because I get going sometimes, don't make sure you lined up. This 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 0, 1 opposite 6, 6 opposite 1, 5 opposite 0, 0 opposite 5. I knew that had to come in on the average. That's what I put my money on. I ain't playing a whole bunch of numbers. I stick with these numbers till they hit. 3 opposite 8, 8 opposite 3, 4 opposite 9, 9 opposite 4, 0 opposite 5, 5 opposite 6. See, one of the others came. It came. Working with the law average. That's why you ain't got to rush. Let the law average tell you what to do. We got a buddy over here at Comic Con. Don't pay him no attention, y'all. I think he goes to everybody and do this to him just to. I guess he just does this. Don't pay no attention to him. Believe me, he's not upsetting me. Y'all ain't got the answer to this, to the guy. He just his life is us. So whatever he says, he tells the same thing. This professional health stuff. But okay, and then same here. This 247 and a 792. He won't rise me. I've been in customer service for 30 years. So if you can rise me, you a good one. You gonna be a good one to rise Terry. This 247 and this 792 came in. We just hit this 582, and we just hit this two. I didn't circle it. This 285 just came in, right? Y'all see what I'm saying? They come in so fast I can't mark them off fast enough. Now, so what I'm looking at now, I'm definitely looking at these two here. This here hasn't played. This one. Yeah, this one. Now, this here, right here. Keep an eye on this Illinois. These are the last ones. See how I've been telling you that Illinois is marking them off for me? So I'm going to have to go over into 2025 just tracking all the way up to probably up to January 1st and March, end of March. Then those numbers have been lined up for me enough to know what I'm going to really play. See, this ain't no sprint. This is a marathon to winning. Yeah. You see, I post not all, but I post, show you all that I do win and my system works, okay? Yeah. Then on all the doubles that I normally see how they hit, because see all these doubles opposite each other. You see, now this is the only one left. When I play, I add extra to this. See what I'm saying? You know where to place your bet. It's just like in the casino when the guys were playing in the casino, you probably heard this before, on the boat, you only had blackjack with one deck of cards. So one guy got smart. He wasn't just playing a whole lot of money just to be playing and not knowing what's coming out them cards. He started working with the law average, and when the cards dwindled down to what he knew what was new what was left in the deck. He loaded up on them, on those cards with the blackjack, and he broke the boats that away. They banned him off the casino, and they called him a professional card counters. So once they banned him off the boat, he started training other people how to do what he did, and they go on the boat and win and share with him. And they started tracking them also and hiring them to support other card counters. So, but also they added 5 decks of cards into the boat casinos now. So can't count, nobody count, but they was food. People still can count with 5 decks of cards and know what's left and win. And that's all we doing here, using the law of average to our advantage and waiting on them numbers in your state, not know all states and all that stuff, to line up, to bang them. That's it. Yeah. So, and then here's the front pairs and the back pair. But like I said, the AA hit already, right? Mark that off. And I know I already had the 3 because I only had these 3. These are only 3 left, front, back. See, I ain't guessing what I'm doing with the numbers, and you won't be guessing either. And it's simple to use. Okay. But yeah, that's the key. That's gonna be your key. Just like that 5-5 midday 5-5-8. Like I say, at the end of the year, I don't try to play midday and evening all year. At the end of the year, I'll go to the midday sheet, the midday, and pretty much what I do for the midday. I use the strategy number 4, where I track the front pair and back pair for the whole year, just to see if there's any doubles that the midday didn't hit. And I noticed that 5-5 was killing it. 5-5, triple fives came in 3 times midday, and they did about 6 triples midday this year, and that's way above the average, you know. But like I said, there's no rhyme or reason to how these numbers fall. That's way above the average. So I said, man, that 5-5 front and 5-5 back got to be hot. So that's when I ran it with the 5-5-8. You know, I didn't get a chance to, I can't broadcast everything because I just, I was reluctant probably to tell everybody what that. But you just want the strategies and skill sets you're going to build for your own state. Yeah, you can go back. You can be able to analyze those numbers so quick and make your head swim. And then you can see what's going on for the whole year real quick and scan it. Or you'll see if a 13 ain't failed for the whole. Just say 13 ain't failed for the whole year. If you scan in your state, you go back and you want to scan midday or any of them, ain't failed for the whole year. And then you know that the 3-3 ain't fair for the whole year, then your number to play would be 1-3-3. And especially if you see that the 6-8-8 ain't played for the whole year, the opposite of it. You see what I'm saying? You got something to go with. That's why I had to show you what the mirrors are about. Yeah. I'm always looking to see what number in this opposite ain't, well, I don't want to say mirror, opposite number hasn't failed. That's what I want to look at. That's how you do them. That's how you do them. Don't take your time. It's not a sprint. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon. You'll study it. It'll come to you. You'll see them. But like Illinois, like I say, it didn't hit everything almost. I've been a long time since I only seen 3 front pairs left and 3 back pairs left. A long time. And I already know how I use this this 3-7. You'll strategize on how to use those numbers and how they're coming out for Illinois. Okay. Any questions, family? This time to ask me questions. I can write it down. I can help you strategize on anything that you might have. But you're going to have to put the work in. You're going to have to do it because if you're going to get in there, it's going to be 99% because of you did it, not nobody, not finding numbers everywhere and all that other stuff. It's going to be because you got it. You done it. Because ain't nobody going to track these numbers like you if you playing your money. I know ain't nobody out tracking me. I know ain't nobody running against me in Illinois, and I just took over, not took over Illinois, but people say nobody had been doing Illinois on their YouTube channel. But I bet you they won't come here and mess with me. I bet you they won't. I bet they won't be showing tickets in their state like I'm showing in this state. What you bet? Not bragging, just fact. Not bragging, just fact. Let them come on if they want to and play with me over here in Illinois, and I'd tracked all the numbers and line them up. Let them come on. I welcome the challenge. I welcome them. Because I know what it takes to track these numbers down. I know ain't no one person going to tell you what's playing in your state if they ain't went through what we kind of going through here. And tell you to play these numbers in all states. I'm sorry, y'all. But I want everybody to get in the winner's circle. Ain't nobody gonna show you. Ain't nobody showing no tickets in their state. Show them. I didn't put already in Illinois. I know I put about 6 or 7 tickets I didn't want on. Or better. But like I say, no bragging, just facts. And the facts is you got to track the 1,000 numbers and get off that. I call it dog chasing their tails. That's what we've been doing. Dog chasing our tails. No idea what's going on with these numbers, and they all random, and they no rhyme or reason how they gonna fall. Now was that 154 for me to look at? No, I ain't tripping off that 154 because I know that they run randomly, and those rhyme or reason to why they gonna fall. And then for me to take a random number that I had no idea where it's coming from, do a rundown on it with all the different rundowns they got, and try to figure out what's coming out the next day. I'm telling you. Yeah, I'm telling you. Thank you, Aaron. I'm telling you, they ain't working, y'all. Dog chasing our tails. That's all we doing. That's all I was doing. Dog chasing my tail, trying to figure out what number gonna come the next day off a previous number. That ain't how it works. Track the numbers. All right, family. Any other questions? Anybody? Track the numbers. All right, family. OPPB. Be organized. Be patient. Be persistent. Stick with the budget. Play responsibly. And if you're tracking, you'll soon be packing the lucky town. And tracking is king, y'all. Ain't no other way to get around it. But it's easy. I just put the tools together that makes it simple if you use them. All right. Love you guys. And girls, if you want to put it that way. I won't leave nobody out.